How's it going, everybody? I'm Slavinatorski, and welcome to the channel, and it's good to see you back. So, as you can see today, we got in a special deployment series, and I wanted to go ahead and show these off for you. But before we get into this, a like is always super appreciated. Let's talk about this in the comments section. I do like to talk to you guys. Trolls will be ignored, of course, but I do like to talk to you guys, talk about figures, talk about different things like that, and see what info I can learn from you, and if you can learn anything from me. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and let's keep on going. There, my prerequisite self-plug is over. So here we go. This is the reissue of the Stormtrooper and the reissue of the Stormtrooper gear pack. So we're going to go ahead and unbox these today and take a look. So you've already seen these in the turntable. Here's all the information, so, you know, different names, stuff like that, because it's a bunch of different people. I like how they redact different things. But let's go ahead and open up this box. I'll show you what's inside. And you can see it right there on the side. Stormtrooper SDS 04. SDS Special Deployment Series. So, got that out. They all come with the stand and a little baggie down. And here is the figure. Let's go ahead and get that plastic covering off. Cool thing about these is they also put like cellophane type material on top. Keeps them nice and secured. So let's get that off of there as well. I'm going to peel that back kind of like a book. There we go. So you see you get a bunch of goodies. So you get, let's see here, a pair of fists. So if you want to make them do fisticuffs and duke it out, you got one for each side. You got regular gripping hands, so this basically be for the knife, or if you want to give them a baseball bat or something. You have left and right gripping hands here. And you have support hands as well, so if you want to have a rifle, you can have them support it in those hands. So it's kind of like, you know, the third point of contact. If you're not sure what I mean by that, 3 points of contact with the rifle, shoulder, hand, other hand, that kind of deal. So we have a knife, we have a pistol, and a submachine gun. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. I'll get my trusty tweezers out. I should get a plastic pair of these so I don't scuff the paint, because as you can see, these aren't exactly the most gentle. Let's get his pistol out of here. Unlike the other ones, I don't think I'm going to have him do the whole supporting with one hand. I think I might have him pull out his knife for his pose, but let's see once we get into it. I'm trying not to scratch this up. As you can see, I don't think I'm going to be too effective at that. All else fails, push from the back and grab. Let's get the SMG out of there. Okay, and we'll get him out too. Come on. Sorry about all the plastic noise. I know it's annoying, but it's over now. It's all over now. Alright, so there he is. Let's go ahead and stand him up. The previous of these apparently had some hip issues. So this one, I believe they fixed that. They used a different type of plastic, so that should take care of any potential hip issues that there were. That foot looks a little weird, doesn't it? I think I got a crooked foot. Is that crooked, or is that just me? No, I think I fixed it. Alright, so let's get him standing up. Make him look all spectacular. Get it going there. Alright, so he's ready to go. So let's take a look at the weapons first. So this is a Chris Vector with a very, very large suppressor. Looks like there's an EOTech holosight on the top. You have an upgraded brace. If you play PUBG, you kind of know that loadout, because that's in there. Kind of looks like that. So he doesn't have an extended mag, he just has a regular mag in there. Again, I love the detail on the guns from Valaverse, because you have the charging handle right there. Let me get my pointer. So you have the charging handle right there. mag release right there. There's where the mag comes out, even the stripping trigger. They even put the grippage in there, the serrated grip. Even the hollow sun, you can see where it screws onto the pick rails up there. They even put the adjustments for the sights for the hollow sun on there. There's really good detail. Ejection port. You can tell that this is a rotating stock, so that'll come around. Really cool stuff. I like that they put that much detail into it. And the sidearm is the Silencer Co. Maxim 9. All decked out with the right colors. Again, you have the serrations. You have the multiple lengths, because that's one of the things you can do with that pistol is you can actually take the ends off and make it shorter or longer, depending on your need. Really cool. And then you have the knife, which is just a basic knife. I'm not a big knife guy. I think this is a knife thing, or a knife that's actually made. I heard they do that a lot. But even the detail on the knife is just out of this world. Really, really good. I'm very happy with the accessories. Alright, so let's get my poker out of here, and let's take a look at him, because that's what you really want to see. The coolest part about this figure is the eyes. You can actually see it now. It's funny, once you realize it, you can actually see the peg, because that is what you're seeing in there, is the peg shining through. But it kind of makes this really cool glowing effect. So that makes me wonder if somebody could somehow put a little LED in there, a very, very low light one, doesn't have to be super bright, and really just make that glow from the inside. That would look really cool. Kind of has a Predator vibe to it a little bit, doesn't it? Like the OG Predator mask. Kind of cool, but you'll see have some nice armor on the front here. He has a pair of magazine pouches. Those mags are part of the sculpt. They don't come out, but those would probably go for either one. Both the Maxim 9 and the Vector, I believe, use Glock mags. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've looked at the Maxim 9. I know that Vector can, so Maxim, I believe, does also. So both of those sidearm, or the SMG and the sidearm, would both be able to use the same magazines, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing I'm noticing is it looks like he might have his holster on backwards. Let me double check. No, that looks like that's the way it's supposed to go. We'll fiddle with it. I was looking at the box for pictures. But I like that it's kind of this James Bond villain-esque armor. You see how the armor pops out a little bit. At least this one, they have it so that little piece is on the inside and it pops on the outside. The other vests, it's on the outside and pops on the inside and makes it a very big pain in the butt. So you see the sheath for his knife, so let's go ahead and put the knife in there. Be careful putting these knives in. They're very delicate. I put one in for my Delta Trooper, and I pushed too far this way, snapped the knife right off. So just be very, very careful when putting those knives in. Then you have the leg armor, which looks great. I still feel that there's something about that foot that looks weird to me. No, probably just me. It does look a little crooked, doesn't it? But let's go ahead and put his Maxim 9 into the holster. Should go just like that. There we go. Okay, nope, fits just fine. I was a little worried about that, but it snapped right in. So you have the soft goods for the belt here, which makes it a separate piece. Looks good. And just kind of messing around with the sculpt. I do like fully armored legs like that. They do look pretty good. Yeah, I think that foot is actually crooked, now that I think about it. It looks like it's drilled at just a slightly off angle, making it like he's got a bit of a pigeon toe, is that the term? So I think that's what the deal is there. Let's look at the angle for the... Yeah, it looks a little bit off to me. I know, I keep focusing on that, sorry. So we're going to go back to the bottom of the feet. I've always been impressed with Valaverse. They put A lot of detail on just the bottom of the feet even. A lot of grippage, very nice. You got the peg holes there. I like that the holsters and everything are included, so he can pretty much, every item that he has is on his body. It'll stay there, so you don't have to worry about it disappearing or anything like that. He can hold it all by himself. I know Series 3, they're releasing a lot of the different female troopers, so that's going to be cool, because there's some good figures coming in that release. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you how the items look up in his hand. Actually, no, we'll do articulation first. So, head goes all the way around. You can already tell by that, the head's going to go back and forward pretty far. You get a little bit of side to side, but not much. The arms come up right about there. I don't want to push too hard. I haven't warmed up the figure yet. But you can get right about there with them, so almost a full T-pose. You have a bicep swivel, goes all the way around. Double jointed elbow, comes up. So make him do little dance motions. The hands fully rotate. And you can see right there, the right hand will go up and down. The left hand also same situation. It will rotate around. And it will go up and down. As far as the torso flexation, you can get pretty good side to side on there, and pretty good front and back as well. The back especially is good compared to a lot of figures. So very, very good. Rotation, you can actually rotate them all the way around. Remember the old G.I. Joes from back in the 90s? You rotate them around like that, you're going to snap that rubber band. Alright, so as far as the legs go, you're not going to get as much like fully split on there. For one, the Maxim 9 will get in the way, so let's pull that out of the holster. But the belt also gets in the way here. It pinches a little bit in the armor. So it's simply just the sculpt and the accessories kind of limit how far the legs can go out. But in my opinion, they don't need to go that far out. You do have a thigh swivel. Goes all the way around. Double jointed knee. I really love the armored legs like this. They look great. So his knee can fully bend like that so he can kick himself in the butt. And let's go down here. Of course, the foot. You can get some rotation on the foot. It will go back and forwards pretty good, but the sculpt does limit it a little bit because you have that armored piece around there. And side to side is very, very minimal. So that's what I think with this foot, because it looks a little cattywampus. You can get more side to side on this foot than you can the other one. Plus, I think it's also, I was kind of messing with that one a little bit more. So, looking good there. Great looking figure. Let's go ahead and you'll also notice the barrels are drilled out on these, so you can put effects in there, like firing effects, things like that. I need to actually order some of those from the site because I want to have these guys shooting more. And everything fits the hands. Like you'll notice on these, the sculpts aren't exactly perfect to the real life counterpart. That's only because they need to make the grip just big enough to fit in the hands without breaking the figure's hands or thumbs or things like that. But they want to keep it as close to real life as possible, so your grips have to be a little bit smaller. So there we go. Now we've got him all decked out and ready to go. I'm going to heat up that foot and see if I can move it around a little bit. I'll do that off camera later. But looking great. Awesome looking figure. Looks really good. I like that the color scheme and everything is kept pretty consistent for him. Very, very much like him. I have a Scarab too, an original release Scarab. I might open him up and put another review on him next to him just to kind of show what they look like together. But let's open up the Swarm Gear set. So you see everything that comes in here, an MP7, a rotary grenade launcher, looks like a Wasp flying kit, shield, and you get an extra stand, the yellow one at that. So let's open this up. I like that these are very simple. They just put them in Ziploc bags. So you get 3 Ziploc bags. This is kind of cool. It's a yellow clear stand. I think it's the only way you get that. I haven't seen that otherwise. This is the actual backpack itself. They have upgraded these. The original Swarm Gear packs, there was problems with the pegs breaking off. So for the reissue, I think they made it a different plastic, and I think they made it much more durable. So let's take a look at the wings. It looks like they articulate. Yes, they do. So you can have them go up and down, like that on his back, which looks really cool. So let's go ahead and slap that on him. Goes right into the peg hole on the back here. Let me make sure. I see. It looks like that peg hole is... Is there something in it? You see in there? Let me see if I can get the light just right so you can actually look in there. See how it looks like there's something in there? Let me see if I can poke a bit. I think I just need to move that out of the way. There we go. And then line it up with his actual back peg hole. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go. Lined up, went right in. So you can have the wings up, down, however you want it to look. Then here is his other accessories. The shield is really cool. It gives me that old school sci-fi projecto shield. Get out of there. So that's really cool looking. You also get a grenade launcher. And yep, the cylinder does articulate and rotate. That is really cool. Lots of detail on here. This is pretty much accurate to what you see. So you have the rangefinder and sight up top. Good stock on it, everything like that. And then here we have the MP7. I've always loved MP7s. I think they're 4.7 millimeter. It's been a while since I've looked at them. I think that's the caliber. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. You notice both of the barrels are drilled out. Very good. Suppressor. Looks like you have a scope on top. Extended mag. Really good looking. I love that. This looks smexy. So let's go ahead and get everything done because he's going to be geared out for war here. Let's put his Maxim 9 back in the holster. We'll get his vector out of the way. Release. Let go. Because I want you to hold your shield. In all honesty, I should probably put the gripping hand on there if I'm going to have him grip his shield. And his MP7. And I'll put these off to the side for other figures to use. So give me 1 second. I will get my hair dryer out. I'm going to heat that up so I can pop everything out and move it around. I'll do that off camera so you don't have to listen to it because it's very loud and obnoxious. We'll be right back. Alright, as you can see here, I got the shield on there. Got the hand switched out and everything. Seems appropriate to me to have the shield lengthwise so you can kind of cover up your body. So if he wants to, he can twist his hand up and hold it in front of him, kind of a hold-up position. I don't know exactly how riot shields are held, but that looks good to me. And have him with his MP7 wanting to shoot it out that way, or we can just have him holding it up in a ready position. However you want to do it. But honestly, figure looks great. I love the whole James Bond vibe to it. The typical like bad guys you would see that work for Spectre. I really like it. Very nice. So let me go ahead and move this back. And we'll get into some comparisons. So I wanted to bring in one of the Joy Toy Spider Mechs. These things would actually be really well against 112. This is 118, but it looks like a support Spider Mech for 112. This is an Acid Rain Flea. Also, I think it looks great. It's like another support mech. Get those out of the way. Let's go ahead and put in Crocmaster from G.I. Joe Classifieds. You'll see I gave him the guns. Crocmaster for me does not like to stand up very well, so I have to fiddle around with him. Here we have the Special Operations Trooper in the black ninja gear. Gives you another idea of how they look together. Then we have Steel Brigade from the same line. Go ahead and stand him up. That is him. See how he likes to kind of try to fall forward too. That's Steel Brigade. Here is the Delta Trooper. See how they look together. Delta Trooper likes to fall down. Let's see. After those, we then have... Sorry, I hit the camera. Then there is Major Blood from G.I. Joe Classifieds. He's kind of a smaller figure. He's not as big as the other guys. He also, another one. G.I. Joe Classifieds, for me, they don't like to stand up. I don't know what it is. And yes, I'm sorry about my chair creaking. It makes a horrible noise. See if I can kind of fix that for you. And then there's Mythic Legions, Vetus. So you notice Mythic Legions is very large compared to these. But we'll get them off to the side. And then we'll throw in some Joy Toy. These are 118, but it gives you an idea how they scale with him. And then the new mechas coming out for Joy Toy are pretty close to 112 scale. They're actually, you know, they are smaller. They're meant to be 118. That takes you a little tiny head. But kind of cool, I'd say. They do fit pretty well. And then for good measure, I like to always put in a Storm Collectible skeleton. I need to work on his joints in here because they're loose. That's why I have to hold him up instead of standing him up. But he's like really, really tall. But that is pretty much everything. That's all I wanted to show on him. He's got really cool gear set. They did a good job with it. The sculpt looks great. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to fiddle around with that foot a little bit more and see what's going on there. It looks weird, but it might just be how it is normally. Or maybe my eyes are a little crooked. God knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tried to get all better for you. Let me know if you like this format. It's a little bit more personal, a little bit easier. It's not just so run-of-the-mill. I'm trying to find things that everybody will like to see if I can get you guys happy with them. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and if you want to see any more items or anything like this, hit me up. We'll figure it out from there. Check out my Instagram. I put other things on there. I put up any announcements I see, any cool new toys coming out. I like to put them all on there for you guys to see as well. So we can talk on there if you want to. And yeah, let's go from there. And I'm rambling, so we'll end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, stay strong. Keep your family strong. Keep yourself strong. Keep pushing forward. And never stop. When life knocks you down, get back up again and go for round two. Just like Randy from South Park. I didn't hear no bell. Keep it going, guys, all right? Take it easy, and we'll see you next time. And thank you for stopping by. If you're interested in learning more about the channel, feel free to follow me on my Instagram and Facebook social medias. Here you can find more about what's going on in my personal life, as well as behind the scenes from the channel. If you are interested in the gaming content, I do stream to Twitch before I upload any of the gaming content to YouTube. And if you wanted to follow me on Twitter, any contests I enter, I put friends links in there, so we can both get some bonus entries.